Now, I seldom do haul videos, but with my recent experiences and these pickups out at Essence 2019 in Milan, I feel like this will be my finest haul yet. Hey Forum, Manny back here with another video on the CascadeScents fragrance station, and this one is on my Essence 2019 fragrance haul. But before we get started, as always, 500 likes and a random subscriber in the comments will be the lucky recipient of an assorted niche fragrance sample pack. So please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you've yet to. You may find yourself to be the lucky winner. But with that being said, we do have a lot to get to underway here. Yes, Essence 2019 was pretty much the experience of a lifetime, being able to chop it up with as many fragrance YouTubers and personalities as possible. So again, YouTubers were there, bloggers were there, Instagrammers were there. It was just really cool to chop it up with all of those mates. And of course, these wonderful brands too, who were able to bestow stuff that I could cover for you guys, hopefully in the near future. So yes, these fragrances were either randomly given to me or I actually requested them. If I randomly requested something, it's because I probably would have bought it with my own money anyway. That, and again, I'm eager to showcase this for you ASAP on my channel if possible. So that's where we are here. So again, without further ado, we have to get into this. We're gonna start off with the first one. Here we go. It's Keep Glazed by the House of Oud. Now this one's a collaboration with Canadian pastry professional Ksenia Pankina, so of course it goes without saying that this is a gourmand fragrance despite coming from the House of Oud. But this House of Oud, which I think is pretty cool for trying to be known for ouds and of course these nice bottles, for whatever reason I gravitate to their more recent sweet offerings actually. And luckily for me, this being proximity and time sensitive because of course it's a new release and of course a Canadian is low-key behind it, I felt really compelled to be able to bring this to you guys. And to be honest, I genuinely really like this scent. Oh yeah, so gosh, there's nothing else on the market that smells like this in my personal experience. At first it smells like this lemon cookie in the opening, but then it gets creamier, it's sweeter, and almost pastry sweet towards the end. A little bit of light musk to cap it off as well, and actually overall it's a pretty strong performer too. I think that's kind of compulsory for a gourmand fragrance because you literally want to smell like a snack. And this is. So for gourmand lovers out there, check this out if you've yet to. Again, it's Keep Glazed by Ksenia Pankina in collaboration with the House of Oud. Now moving on to a fragrance that somehow smells pretty delicious in itself despite its appearance, here's Joorie by Kajal. And of course, if you're looking at this bottle, you're probably thinking what I'm thinking or what I thought, and that it would be a super rosy fragrance. And as a matter of fact, all the other fragrances from the War Day collection are each respectively based on some other floral. I swear, I was so sure I was gonna get something that was super rosy, but I can't say I do here. I'd say the rose is super faint because I predominantly get nutmeg and a lot of the warm, sweeter, spicier elements. And to be honest, in retrospect, when I'm thinking about this fragrance, I'm thinking that this is a great entry-level rose to someone who is not that keen on that note, but still feels like they want to have it, but with more accessible things and notes on top of it that makes it all the more wearable for you. So I definitely can see myself getting a lot of wears of this come the fall. I think it would be perfect for that time of the year here in Canada. So can't wait to furthermore explore this. Again, it's Joorie by Kajal. Moving on, next up we have something that's kind of polarizing. Here's Hacivat by Nishane. Now if you don't already know of this scent, this stuff actually triggers a lot of purists out there because of its pineapple opening, which is of course reminiscent of Avant by Creed. However, besides that opening, honestly, it doesn't smell like that to me at all. This is more imitation oak moss reliant in a green or woodier way, where Aventus is more so smoky. I feel like this overall projects more too, so it really just depends on what you're into as far as the dry down, because that's a majority of the fragrance, and at that point, they're definitely different fragrances. That being said, I don't think they're different enough to own both in the same collection. So maybe Creed is pissing you off as far as their batch variation and some weaker formulations as of late, then maybe this is something that you would rather own in Nishane's Hacivat. Definitely a worthy alternative as far as a pineapple-driven opening, super friendly fragrance. Now speaking of those warm weather cool offerings, I have lots of those towards the end of this list, but for now we have something else. Here's another great fresh floral by way of Parfums Dusita. Again, it's Splendiris. Now honestly, I was looking for something like this because I'm a huge fan of iris, but typically it's done in a really posh, chic, kind of stuffy way. Whether it feels more like Oris and it's earthy, or whether it is makeup like, kind of like Dior Homme, I kind of have enough of that kind of stuff. But as far as the smell of iris, I kind of just wanted to hit my nose differently, and thankfully I have that here in Splendiris. I swear this woman ploy of Dulce, she makes the coolest and prettiest floral fragrances in 2019 and beyond, so I'm honestly over the moon that she made something like this because I think it's right up there with some of her finest offerings. And to make it furthermore lighter and ethereal with some of those other offerings she has as well, this is more infused with some violets, which kind of makes it more vegetal in a light way. And I'm going to quote my friend Fragrance View Peter, if you don't already know who he is. He said that it kind of smells how it looks. as far as the juice color. So again, really love the juice color, even more so love the fragrance. Again, another worthy floral by way of Parfums Dusita. This was Splendiris. Next up, starting to get into some of those warm, cool weather offerings, here we go from Parfums MDCI, the ever so classy house. Here is L'Homme aux Gants. Now, I consider it a treat anytime that Parfums MDCI actually drops a fragrance because they seldom do. Like, I'm pretty sure before the collection, this fragrance is from the Painters and Perfumers collection, that they haven't dropped anything since 2016. So yeah, I was really excited to test all of them, but this is the one that caught my nose the most. Like, it's based on Titian's painting called The Man with the Gloves, and oh my gosh, this stuff kind of smells suede and leathery, and I think that's really cool because it does it in such a cozy, warm, and sweet way as well. Like, I thought it would be more brazen in its leathery nature, but no, this fragrance, and I guess the painting, kind of represents a man who is more sophisticated and exuberant and just someone you want to be around. So you really can't scare anyone with this DNA as a result. Again, it's just full of cedar, vanilla, just really cozy elements, and somehow there's that backbone of something that is like suede, and it's exactly what I'm looking for the fall and winter to come this year. So shout outs to Parfums MDCI for stepping outside their comfort zone. Usually they're into doing offerings that are way more classic than this. I'm talking stuff like Chic Palatin or Invasion Barbare, but they can do a darn good warm fragrance too. So again, L'Homme aux Gants by MDCI. Now moving on to something that's also kind of suede, here's Diamond of Velvet from Regalian. Now, as someone who really appreciates card playing, this offering from the Lucky Collection that represents the suit of diamonds, I think is really good. It takes this inspiration from the Middle East because of that saffron opening for obvious reasons. Of course, they use that kind of shit a lot, but you get some of the softer elements as well. Some sweeter florals like heliotrope really set it off in the mid for me. So in that way, it is kind of different, but at the dry down, that's where it starts to smell a lot like velvet, of course. Like, while L'Homme aux Gants kind of has a more varied dry down as far as not just a suede, but you definitely get woods and vanilla almost separately despite being masterfully blended. This right here is more of a straightforward approach as far as trying to just channel velvet towards the end. So if you're looking for something simple that super lasts, because it's also an extrait, I'm pretty sure, definitely get your nose on this when it comes out. Again, it's Diamond of Velvet by Regalian. Now moving on to another cool weather scent, but kind of channels fresher elements as well. Here's Black Rain by Renier Perfumes. And if you don't already know of Renier Perfumes, I think he's really cool because his concept is that he has a perfume for every painting he does, because he's also a visual artist. So this one's based on his painting also called Black Rain, which has this girl under this umbrella. And it's a metaphor for someone protecting themselves from the evil already inside them. I think that's pretty introspective, edgy, and cool. But on a more direct, literal level, yeah, it actually feels like dark rain to me. Like on a super dark, overcasty day when this stuff is hitting the asphalt, that's what I get. Like, I don't know if it's the leather in this fragrance that makes it feel more darker and ozonic at the same time, but whatever it is, I think it's just really cool. It's surprisingly wearable as well, so I really can't wait to wear this on some more darker, rainy days. And I really don't have anything that kind of fulfills that void, to be honest, to have more of an emo-driven rainy day scent. Trust me, I have some melancholy, sad rainy day scents, but nothing this emo, so really happy that I have this. Thank you again, Renier. Hopefully I get to furthermore explore this one on my channel. Again, it's called Black Rain. Moving on to the next one now, here is the first of two from Stranger's Parfumerie by Prin Morose. This one is called Arun Sawat. Now this one's called Arun Sawat because that's Thai for good morning, to represent Prin's Thai roots, of course. However, I definitely feel like this is the most morning scent of all time. Like, you have this really super fruity opening, and in retrospect, this is reminiscent of me every day, because I'll wake up and do this super fruity smoothie with just about whatever exotic fruit I can get my hands on. So I think in that regard, that's cool. But the white florals in here as well, oh my gosh, so clean, and it's evocative of the kind of sheets that I want to wake up in the morning too. So it's fruity, it's clean, it also lasts, which is awesome. And honestly, I just think you have the perfect chill ass morning scent right here. So I'd love to hear of what you guys would have to say about this fragrance too, but from what I know, it's not going to be released until June 19th. Don't worry, I'm not getting paid to say that. I just want to let you guys know about this fragrance because I do love it that much. Again, it is Arun Sawat by Stranger's Parfumerie. And the second and final fragrance from Stranger's Parfumerie that I also acquired, this one is Sangre Dulce. And good God, as a former bartender, I am just in love with this fragrance. Like, I never thought that you can mix gourmandy elements with stuff that is reminiscent of a sangria and it actually smelled good. So with the fruits and the florals to furthermore make it smell like a sangria, as far as the gourmand elements, you have stuff like brown sugar, honey, cinnamon, maple syrup. So it's intensely dessert-like and boozy, and that somehow works for me. I just didn't think it would. So with this final gourmand Gourmandy acquisition from Essence 2019, I think it's safe to say that Essence 2019 for me is the year of the gourmands. Maybe you should check out some gourmands too this year. And again, if you are into a boozy one, again, this one is Sangre Dulce by Stranger's Parfumerie. And last but not least, we have the X brand on deck. Here we go. It's Indochine from Xerjoff. Now, Indochine was brought in 2013 as this very restricted, very exclusive Oud Stars fragrance, but it has since been brought back due to community uproar as an online exclusive. And honestly, I think it's kind of smart to bring this back as an online exclusive because damn, is it an acquired taste. Like for real, this shit is so acquired. It's the one thing that I'm actually scared of actually having to wear. Like its combination of fruits and stanky oud just comes off as so funky off of my skin. And I remember wearing a sample of this around someone the day after Essence, and they actually gave me a negative comment. So I'm now starting to think of when and where I should wear this stuff because of course for me, perfume is functional art. But if you like it or you really like it, fuck it, wear it because it's your body that is going to emit this fragrance, so you have to like it yourself. I'm just saying I don't like this stuff quite much, maybe yet, maybe if not at all, but I can definitely see who this is for, and that is the oud enthusiast. They're looking for something a little bit more alternative to just a funky oud. This one has a little bit of that strawberry marmalade and mango kind of thing going on in the opening as well. Actually, with how sweets kind of emit off my skin, I think it's actually furthermore funky off the bat as a result. But admittedly, I would say it's low-key pleasant in the dry down phase, at least in my personal opinion. Still got negative feedback there, but I'll probably save that kind of talk for maybe a future review of this down the line. We'll see. But yeah, I think that about does it for my full Essence 2019 haul. It's time that I ask you what you guys think of this haul, but I have a specific question as well. Which fragrance here do you want to see me review the most? Again, as always, 500 likes and a random subscriber in the comments will be the recipient of an assorted niche fragrance sample pack, so please again do that if you've yet to. But yeah, at this point I really want to thank you for the ongoing support. I can't do these trips without your motivation, so thank you for keeping me on and on and on. Thanks to the mates over there in Essence 2019 who I was able to meet up with that made the stay further more fruitful, as well as the brands with some of these offerings that I'm able to showcase for you guys. So everyone's been awesome to me at least, so I've been really happy as of late in the fragrance community. But until next time, I think that about does it for me. So take care for now. Peace out. Bye. Wear your fragrances.